This is theoryofeverything.io. It's in 3D and available on Horizon Worlds. I'm going to go ahead and just add a bunch of energy. And we can see how the 2D simulator translates to 3 dimensions. So what we have here is a bunch of what is essentially just noise. Okay, it looks like we're starting to get some mass forming. Okay, so now what we have, let's pause it, is that we've formed 2 loops. You can see that they're largely 2-dimensional, but not quite. There is kind of a little bit of a curve, which might just be a simulator artifact, but let's let it run more. We can see that it is, I would call it quasi 2-dimensional. There is kind of a little bit of a wave to it. And we're running without any normalization. So what's going to happen is this stuff's going to keep getting tighter and tighter as it displaces the field further and further. If there was normalization, it would balance out and be a lot more stable. So now as they get tighter and tighter, we start to see the effects where they start to become 3-dimensional. And specifically, they start to become spherical. And it's pretty interesting. You can barely see it, but there is some up and down jetting in the middle, but it's quite extreme. Perhaps in a future version of the simulator, we can better simulate that. So now what we essentially have is these rapidly moving balls. That's our mass. So we can make some changes to things to make it, to try out different stuff. One of them is that we can try changing it to a vector field. So now a vector field is going to behave more like gravity-like. So we can see actually in this vector field, it looks like it started to space out, and then we get a ring. Kind of interesting. This is going clockwise, but that one's going counterclockwise. Looks like it's feeding into this one. And that one just straight up ejected. I expect this to disappear. Oh, we just saw a jet, I think, from the middle. So it's pretty interesting. It's basically emulating like a magnetic field. You have the central ring here, and then as things go in through the middle, they jet up and down. So this is one of the things you couldn't reproduce in a two-dimensional simulator. It's very cool. I believe normalization is still 0, so we're starting to see like up here, this stuff gets pushed out and gets further away. Now, a true magnetic field, you'd see it flow something like this. I'm curious if it'll start doing that. So we did see that. It's almost like popcorn. So it looked like it's starting to spread this way. It's definitely becoming more chaotic. So what we can do is we can turn up the normalization slightly, and that'll help fight that. Perhaps too well. And we might have lost it. Oh, we got our ring again. Try the energy gun. Hey, look, a bar. So the ring of course is very reminiscent of what you would see circling a black hole. And notice that it's empty in the middle. Huh, looks like we got another bar again. Alright, well, the ring shape seems pretty easy to make. Let's go ahead and just try cranking up. Let's try changing the blend rate and see what happens when that's higher. Okay. I don't feel like that did very much. Let's try turning it to 0. Now there's no blending. So here it just kind of seems to emit in all directions. What if we crank up the normalization? Oh, I went supernova.